Hey guys, and welcome to the Working Money channel. So I wanted to take a look at this article here that Ant1 tweeted, that's at Ant159694954. On Twitter, XRP SEC Saga issue, the United States are attempting to provide a separate regulatory framework for cryptocurrencies. And this is nothing new. We knew that they were doing this, but let me just read a little bit of this for you. According to the news on CoinDesk, the lawmakers in the United States are attempting to exempt cryptocurrencies from security law and provide a separate regulatory framework for cryptocurrencies. If the bill is approved, it may be what the cryptocurrency space needs to reach mass adoption. Critical. Okay, this is important. On the other hand, it may be a problem for the industry. How so? So this isn't the first time the United States lawmakers are introducing a bill. They go on to say the bill is meant to give the cryptocurrency space a clear and precise regulatory framework within the United States. Warren Davidson, a United States representative, introduced this bill known as the Token Taxonomy Act. Of course, we've heard that rumbling around the crypto space for months now. For the second time on Tuesday, he said that if the bill is approved, it would send a powerful message to investors and innovators to prove that the United States is the best destination for blockchain technology. The Token Taxonomy Act is critical for the wheels to start moving. We know the United States is a very influential factor in world markets and world economics, and so it could be the linchpin for this to really start to take off. I'm going to go down here, and guys, I always link all the articles in the description of the video if you want to read them further. Last week, the terms Ethereum SEC Hearing, XRP SEC, and ETH SEC were trending on Google as digital asset investors were curious about the security status of cryptocurrency tokens. This was shortly after the United States Securities and Exchange Commission released a guidance for cryptocurrencies. The XRP SEC Saga and ETH SEC Saga have been hot topics in the cryptocurrency space. This is because the United States SEC currently has the power to tag certain cryptocurrencies as securities and regulate them with securities law. But really, they were targeting ICOs. They don't want crime to prevail, and ultimately, they don't want cryptocurrencies to be synonymous with what Bitcoin was synonymous with back several years back, with crime, drugs, illicit activity, what have you. And so I think they're really trying hard to make decisions to benefit the entire space and ultimately to promote mass adoption. So now, if the bill is passed into law, the SEC would have no business relating cryptocurrency tokens to security laws. This is going to be a good thing because it may attract Wall Street investors and other investors who have not entered into the cryptocurrency space because of regulatory uncertainty. On the other hand, these laws may drive some investors away from the cryptocurrency space. There are still many investors who believe that cryptocurrencies do not need to be regulated, as regulations defeat the core purpose of decentralization. So of course, two sides of the coin here, but for mass adoption to occur, we need this, okay? Another article here, just from Forbes Crypto, written by Oliver Bussman, and ultimately it states digital assets are redefining financial markets. I'm not going to go over the entire article, but I'm going to just read the main points here. A wave of skepticism hardly hit the crypto assets market in 2018, especially observable by a massive drop in ICO volumes. This sharp decline was mainly due to offerings of poor quality and a lack of regulatory oversight. So going back to the regulatory oversight, 2019 will be a transition year on the way to a regulated market of tokenized assets. Security tokens are at the core of the rebound, and three major disruptions are accelerating the redefinition of financial markets. So the three factors: the digitization of existing assets. Number two, an evolving infrastructure for digital assets. And number three, a more transparent regulatory framework. So when all you pessimists are looking at the price of XRP and seeing that it's not rising, you have to think to yourself, has this stuff been completed? No, it hasn't. If XRP still doesn't rise, once all this is done, then I would have some serious questions, but I'm very, very confident that once these systems are put into place and once the regulatory framework can be ironed out, we will start seeing increases in XRP. And some people are saying 2020, some are saying 2021, 2022. Guys, that's not to say that a bull run can't happen in the meantime, right? We're already starting to see Bitcoin go up. And if we see another parabolic shift for Bitcoin, we will certainly see alts follow. So we will be able to make some money off the spec bull run. I will be trading some alts in the spec market, maybe a little bit of my XRP. I do not know. But what I am telling you is that I will be holding most of my XRP for this time. Guys, I'll link this in the description, but I just wanted to go down to the conclusion here. Dependent on the regulatory approval. To conclude, digital assets show great potential for the future of the financial service industry. To support its successful development, customers and institutional players will soon decide on whom to partner with for new security tokens issuance. Furthermore, the regulatory approval will be the most time-costly condition to get the ecosystem up and running. 2020 will be a transition year for the development of the market infrastructure for token securities, market infrastructure for security tokens. Momentum will build up in 2021 and 2022 before going to a generalized market acceptance and towards a more tokenized economy. So a long play, guys. 4 years, 5 years, can you hack it? If you're 21, 22, you think you can retire at 27? You think that's so terrible? Guys, put things into perspective. I'm sick of people talking about the fact that XRP is not rising like other coins, the fact that it's not following. Why is Bitcoin going up? XRP's in the dumps. I do understand your concerns for the people who are genuinely concerned, but for the people who are just straight up negative because they don't have an effing clue, those are the people. I don't even know if they're trolling or if they actually are just that angry and maybe just need to let out a little steam. But guys, realistically, use your brains. Think of how this is all coming into place. And sure, a lot of you guys think, oh, well, the world will never use XRP. The world will never use XRP. XRP Veteran, that's XRP_Veteran, wanted me to talk about this. And it's an old blog from the Hodor blog, Why XRP Needs XCurrent. And I know that was a huge criticism from some regarding cross-border transactions. Well, why not just use XCurrent? Ultimately, I'm going to link this blog in the description. It's from June 2018. I don't want to go through it all. But of course, Hodor always posts quality content. And with regards to XCurrent and all the other things I've been talking about, SEC regulations, digital assets, redefining the financial space, I just wanted to go over this little point here. So he gives a lot of examples, and one of them is if you want to send money to the Dominican Republic, this one up here, it's an exotic corridor, and converting to Dominican pesos is a good example of that. So they talk about Dominican pesos, and so XCurrent for building liquidity corridors. XCurrent would allow you, as a financial institution, to settle your cross-border transactions into the Dominican Republic. So going back to the example that I did not read. You do not have to use XRP, though you could with XCurrent. And we know XCurrent has been upgraded to use XRP. Instead, you can deploy XCurrent to send the value you wish to send in seconds using your current liquidity options. So the liquidity you have, not using XRP, the liquidity that's in the market, that's as much as you can send currently. But here's where it gets interesting. As more financial institutions begin sending money into and out of the Dominican Republic using XCurrent, they will begin to see the necessary liquidity become available that will allow them to use XRapid XRP as an efficient and less expensive settlement option. So are you seeing this, guys? It's a catch-22. It's a chicken and an egg scenario. The more adoption occurs, the more liquidity will be needed, and hence, in order to source more liquidity, XRP will need to be utilized. I hope everybody's getting this loud and clear. So much thanks to XRP_Veteran and Ant1 on Twitter. I hope you guys are all letting this sink in and thinking to yourself that XRP is the best investment you will make in your lifetime. Anyways, that's just my opinion, but I want to hear what you guys think. Please subscribe to the channel if you haven't already. Like the video if you like the content I'm providing. I always love hearing your comments. See you in the next one, guys.